Quick now, which kind of disaster related to climate change currently costs Ontarians more than any other? If you answered flooding, you're right. Before long, spring will be with us again, and flooding will become an expensive problem for a lot of people. Mary Margaret McMahon is the Liberal MPP for Beaches East York, and she's pitched a private member's bill dealing with this issue, and it's great to have you here in our studio.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
You have pitched Bill 56, the Fewer Floods, Safer Ontario Act. What problem is this bill trying to solve?
Well, it's getting Ontarians, working on emergency preparedness for Ontarians. And people may not realize that that is the number one cause. It's now costing Canadians more than any other climate issue. It is the leading cause of public emergency in Ontario, and it's the most common natural disaster in Canada. And we are in a climate crisis, so time for action is now.
When people's basements get flooded, as they inevitably always do, what's the average cost to repair said damage?
The average cost is about $43,000.
Yikes.
And so most homeowners are not prepared for that, but there is a way to prepare for that with my private member's bill.
We'll get into the details of that in a second. What's happening to insurance companies who suddenly have to pony up, obviously, to take care of all that?
Well, now what is scary is 10% of homes in Canada are no longer insurable, and that number is rising and rising as the storms keep coming. So that is a concern for everyone.
You would like to proclaim, according to your private member's bill, the fourth week in March to be Flooding Awareness Week. Why that week?
Well, that is a classic spring thaw, but I will say that floods can happen anytime, anywhere, any season. We also have ice jams in the winter, and we have fall and summer flooding, as has been seen. But that is a typical for spring thaw.
And this issue came to your radar screen because why?
Well, the number one reason I got back into politics, Steve, was the climate emergency.
And we should explain. You were a Toronto City Councillor.
Yes.
Then you got out.
Yes, I ran on term limits.
And you held to your word.
Yes.
And then you got back into the provincial
yes.
level.
And that was because of the climate emergency. I can't just sit on my couch and do nothing for the next 4 years. I need to take action.
So you want the government to do what?
So I want the government, and I feel this is nonpartisan, non-controversial, doesn't cost anything for the government. The right thing to do, I want us to declare the fourth week of March as Flooding Awareness Month, and I also want to improve our information for education and awareness on our websites, and to distribute a handy-dandy infographic with property tax bills for homeowners.
So this is something the city would do?
Yes.
Cities all over the province?
Right.
Cities and towns?
Yes.
Okay.
Any municipality.
Okay. They would include that in as part of your private member's bill?
Yes.
This information pamphlet will be included?
Yes.
And it's got everything you need to know?
It's right. Your fingers can do the walking like they used to for the Yellow Pages. Quick and easy measures you can take. Some of them on a weekend, for some of them for limited costs.
Now, you touched on this a second ago. Some private members' bills are designed to kind of stick a thumb in the eye of the government because you're trying to bring attention to an issue that they may not agree with. This doesn't feel like that kind of bill, right? It feels fairly non-controversial. So what do you think the prospects are for getting this done?
Well, I'm an eternal optimist by nature, and I have a proven track record with working with everyone right across party lines, and I feel this is the right thing to do. It's for the people, and I've had conversations with MPPs from different parties already. Why wouldn't an MPP want to save Ontarians money, to prepare them for the future, and to divert hardship? Why wouldn't they get behind this?
So, well, because they don't want to give you a political win. That might be one reason.
Well, possibly, but I don't think that that is the way we should govern, and we should all be worried about protecting Ontarians and our residents. We are here as public servants. That's what we all signed up to do, to serve public and make life better for Ontarians.
So who in the government side have you talked to about this in hopes of getting them on side and championing your bill?
Well, I've spoken to MPP Smith, the Minister of Natural Resources, just briefly, and I'm just doing the rounds. It's going to be Project Schmooze.
Project Schmooze. Is that that's a new Poli-Sci 101 expression?
It's mine.
Okay, got it. I want, just in our last minute here, I am curious because you were in municipal politics and now you're at the provincial level. And, you know, a Toronto City Councillor has actually a lot of influence to get stuff done. An opposition backbencher doesn't. And I wonder how much you are sort of chafing at how difficult it is at Queen's Park compared to the way it was at City Hall.
Well, I just, I did propose an all-party climate change committee that has not gone anywhere yet, but I just pick myself up, dust myself off, and get back in there to do it again, because that's what I'm here to do, get things done.
That sounds like the Premier's expression, right? He always says, get it done.
Yep, so hopefully he will back my PMB.
Private member's bill. Very good. Mary Margaret McMahon, Liberal MPP, Beaches, East York. We're grateful you spared some time for us here at TVO tonight.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure.
The Agenda with Steve Paikin is made possible through generous philanthropic contributions from viewers like you. Thank you for supporting TVO's journalism.